Hi everybody, welcome back. We are now in Module 4, Art of Asia Part 2, and this is East Asia 3 4.01, the Edo period. So we have 5 core works for this unit and 2 supplemental works. The date range of these is between 1603 to around 1867 CE, and all of them are located in and around modern-day Tokyo. We've got some larger scale works and some smaller scale works. So the larger scale includes Hanami Koetsu's folding screen mounted with poems, and then our smaller scale works includes Tawaraya's Sotuatsu's Waves of Matsushima, Kabuki actor Prince, Utagawa's Konisha One's Visit Komachi, and Hatsushika's Hokusai's The Great Wave. Our supplemental works include Ogata Kurin's Red and White Plum Blossoms, as well as an Edo period Japanese porcelain. So let's talk a little bit about what's happening during this era. So the Edo period saw a rise in urban culture in Japan, as well as like a thriving merchant class that really was focused on patronizing the arts, which sounds interesting as a word, right? Patronizing. In this case, it means those who are requesting the creation of art and funding for it to be made, both in the materials and to pay the artists for their hard work. So a little bit of a different meaning in this context. Ukiyo-e prints or woodblock prints became very extremely popular with images of landscapes, kabuki actors, as well as beautiful women often being the subject of the work produced. Common themes in the Edo period artwork includes nature, everyday life, and the pleasures of the floating world, which in Japan is referred to as ukiyo, part of the ukiyo-e. The aforementioned kabuki theater influenced many artworks, as well as the prints depicting famous actors and scenes from those plays. The subjects of landscapes and natural themes were often idealized and showcased the seasons as well as weather phenomenon. The portraits of these beautiful women actually emphasize fashion, beauty, as well as the intricacies of daily social life as reflected through these social ideals. So it's kind of awesome because we get to see the Japanese interpretation of both the natural world as well as their daily life, and so you do get a little bit of both there, which is really cool. So some artworks do contain subtle critiques of society, politics, and the status quo. Innovative techniques in woodblock printing include color laying, which is also called nishiki-e, and that certainly enhanced visual appeal of these prints. Finally, censorship was imposed by the government on content, which led for artists to begin using symbolism and allegory to convey their messages. The economic strain from crop failures did result in famines, though, causing widespread discontent among the peasantry, and this was reflected in their artwork that they were creating. Unfortunately, they were also burdened with high taxes, poverty, and a very rigid class system, leading to a lot of uprising and protests. The arrival of Commodore Perry and the Western powers in the 1850s did force Japan to finally open up its ports to foreign trade, which also, unfortunately, really undermined the Tokugawa shogunate isolationist policies, as well as threatened their authority and legitimacy. So the shogunate, or the ruling class of the Edo period, really struggled to respond to these variety of crises, and it lost its support from many groups, which included the samurai, for example. And so the Meiji Rebellion Meiji Restoration was the end result of this, in which the Emperor Go Minzuno was restored to power, and he effectively ended that Edo period. So lots of really cool artworks here that really are very connected to a very, very complex and intricate part of Japan's history, and so I'm sure you'll be able to see that. So I hope you enjoyed these works, and I will touch base again with the second half of this module in Unit 2. Bye, everyone!